Hi, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Robyn's adoption story. I'm hoping that you listen to part 1 so that part 2 makes total sense to you. If you didn't listen to part 1, go back and listen to it. In summary, Robyn talks about her whole experience in part 1, miscarriages, 3 miscarriages, and what led her to decide to adopt and why she decided to adopt from Nigeria. So it's really interesting. So if you haven't listened to part 1, go and listen to part 1 before you start part 2. Yes. So this is part 2. Let me know what your thoughts are when you've listened to part 2. Okay, let's go.
Is that like Joko? I bought my ticket, went to Nigeria, before I left, I started doing some research and I found some loopholes.
Okay.
And one of those loopholes was, I don't know if they've changed the law. If it's an international adoption and the country you're adopting from have signed up to some of the UN Charter on child rights, then it becomes more of a sovereign adoption kind of thing. So, and Nigeria, luckily, Akwa Ibom State, you know when that witch child thing?
Yes.
So that brought Akwa Ibom exposure to the world, and Akwa Ibom actually has its own child rights charter.
So because of there was a time when they were saying that children were witches and
yes.
So that made
the law. They had to
tighten it,
and they actually, I have the book. Really? They actually have their own rights, child rights charter.
Really?
Mirrored in the UN.
Really?
Yeah. So I researched that. I was like, I'm from Akwa Ibom. Let me give a child from another state. But I still kept that Akwa Ibom there. So when I went I went first straight to social services in Uyo and registered. No, before I even got to Uyo, in Lagos, I said, I'm in Lagos, let me try Lagos. If it works, well, I don't need to go, to the village. So I went to I can get easily put off. That's the weakness I have. So when I went to social services in Alaosa, first I wore hot pants.
They will say that awara.
Heat.
Me and awara.
Heat and me, we don't agree. So I had hot pants, top, and that time my body was still I was popping. So when I went in, and I don't look my age, so you can imagine then I was looking like 20-year-old. I didn't look like a 40-year-old. So when I went in and plus the hot pants and everything, I told the woman, I came here to make inquiries for adoption. She first looked at me from it.
People know how to judge people.
Yeah. She said, why do you want to adopt? You're too young, go. I said, I'm too young. And even look at how you're dressing.
She told you that?
She told me to my face. I first kept quiet. I really allowed things like one naive, this thing. When she finished her drama, I just got up. I said, who is your manager? She said, what? I said, I said, who is your manager? She said, why? I said, no. Because you've done 2 things here that are very wrong. And if I don't see your manager, I'm not leaving this place. I spoke in a very calm tone. She said, well, I said, I need to see your manager. Otherwise, I'm going straight to the local newspaper to expose what you guys are doing here. And she said, no, madam, I'm sorry. I said, no, all of a sudden I'm madam now. I said, I need to see your manager. I started raising my voice now. Before you know it, then I went to call the guy. And I said to the guy, what's going on here?
Why would you do?
Why would your staff be? Look, she looked at me. Who gave her the right? And the man now apologized and everything, and said, I said, no, I don't. You've put me off. I'm not doing it. But you need to correct this. And for starters, again, I'm not even doing. Another reason why I'm not doing it, I now found out the Lagos law. you have to do the same thing you do here, whereby I would need to get social services here to give me permission to take it to Lagos. Lagos is 100% mirrored in the British, you know. So I was like, oh, something I was running away from. So I now said, so for that reason, I'm not even doing it. But please, you have to speak to your staff. That was out of order. And the man apologized, and I left. When I went to Calabar. When I went to Calabar, I got to the orphanage. I just, as soon as we just got in with my friend, this little boy, so cute, he just held my hand, you know, and my mind just, you know, and I said to my friend, oh, okay, I'll take this boy. We now spoke to they gave me some paperwork to go and complete, only for the stupid woman to call me 2 days and after and say to me, sorry that they've spoken to the governor's wife, and the governor's wife said, how can somebody come from England and come and adopt from the orphanage here, that you should come to our orphanage, that there are more better babies. Hey,
are you serious?
Gee, I nearly, the way I screamed that, I said, are you mad? Are they commodities? Are you crazy?
That you're looking weighing the better, the ones that are better. And what is even better? What does better mean? What is the better? What does that mean?
I said, look, it's just because I don't have time to wait around. I would have just exposed governor's wife. Hello. I was mad. My auntie said, calm down. This is Nigeria. That's how they behave. I said, auntie, anyway, let's forget it. Because I will now leave what I came for. I will start investigating them, start researching them, you know me, and then wahala will come. So they will derail me.
Yeah.
Let me stay focused. I forgot about Calabar. I went to Port Harcourt. When I went to Port Harcourt, my friend now took me to see one guy connected to their social. That one looked like it was some mago something. It didn't look straight. So, and me, I wanted everything clean, straight.
Of course.
So he said I have to come the next day. I said, but you're supposed to take me just straight to social services. Why? That I'm not coming here to do any games. But anyway, that I have to go back to Akwa Ibom, I will call him. So that's when I now went to Akwa Ibom. I said, okay, I don't work, I don't do.
You will now come back. Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
There's something that you said. Why didn't you just adopt from the UK?
I just felt that kids over here have opportunity. They have a system, you know, that supports them, that protects them. And that tallies to what I just said to you when the social service, the orphanage called me in Calabar to tell me that they're better kids, you see, in the governor's wife's orphanage, you know. So I just felt
drawn
to give opportunity to a child back home where they're more disadvantaged.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And had you and your husband discussed like gender or age or whatever?
No.
Okay,
It was
so
just because since his dad gave the mess up for him.
Like you just
when you're there, I just now me tell and say, Oga, now. Shebi, you want Ferrari. Still, I'm looking for your Ferrari, but I'm out
of here. Okay. So you now ended up back in
Akwa Ibom. So
that's where you're from. Is that where you're from?
I'm half Akwa Ibom, half Cross River.
Okay.
So I now went to Akwa Ibom. I went to my grandma. I told my grandma what I wanted to do and everything, and she said it's good. So I now went to social services. I registered. My sister-in-law took me. She knows somebody in social service there in Uyo. So she took me to, I think it was the assistant something there. So she took me, introduced me to him. He gave me forms. I filled the forms and everything. And then he said that I had two choices: to go around the orphanages, and it doesn't have to be the state one. I can go to private ones as well and get a child and then come to him, and then he would complete process it. So I said, okay. So I went to, my sister-in-law took me to one orphanage in Abak. So when we got there, I met with the lady and everything, and the lady said that there's no babies at the moment, but that there's a woman that was expecting to deliver twins. I was like, oh, that would be so great, at least two for the price of one, you know, kind of like kill two birds with one stone. So I now left, but I was like, time was going. So my thought was that I would just say to them, okay, when that woman give birth to the kids, my sister-in-law would handle everything, you know. So I had that option there. And then I now went to another orphanage with one of my cousins. So when I got there, my cousin and there was two other ladies, but they speak Yoruba. So when we got there, they were speaking Yoruba. The people there automatically assumed that we were Yoruba, but they did not even know the difference between Yoruba and Igbo.
Okay.
So I heard the guy said, hey, Mbonu Nege, we call Igbos Unege in my place. Yeah. You want to come and give Unege baby so that they will carry and go and do ritual.
Can you imagine?
Hey, I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. Then we went to see. It was run by, he's late now. It was a retired priest, a Lutheran priest that was running the orphanage. He told me that people just used to come and dump babies there.
Are you serious?
In the
So
church.
hold on, when they say orphanage,
Yeah.
does it even necessarily mean that the parents are passed?
So I'm going to get there.
Okay. Okay.
So he told me that people used to you would come to church in the morning and find babies in the church. So that's what inspired him to like, he can't accommodate these kids he was running the orphanage in his house. So he converted one part of his house. When they dropped the kids in the church, he would now take them home. When they knew that he was taking them home, they started dumping them behind his house.
Are you serious?
So anyway, I now met. So before we now left, and I spoke my language. I said, so if so that if I was Igbo, you won't give me the child. That's discrimination. He now said, sorry. So you people are Akwa. I say yes. Those are my cousin's friends. They grew up in Lagos, so they speak Yoruba, and they were trying to assess the area. So I apologize. I said, so please, can you explain what you mean that Igbo? He said no, because there've been stories. So they don't have any evidence, but there've been stories that how Igbos come and adopt kids from Akwa Ibom and go and use them for ritual, blah blah blah. I said, okay. But anyway, that I have to go and think about it, that I'm not really convinced, that I was put off by that statement, that I don't like things like that. He said, okay, understand. So we left. When we now left, I told my auntie that this thing is taking longer than I thought to. So that I'm going to introduce her, my great auntie, she's late now, that I'm going to introduce her to the guy in social services. So if that other orphanage I went in her back, if the woman with the twins gives birth, then it can arrange with, they sort it out. She says, okay, that she was going, I was in Calabar at the time, and I was to fly, in 2 days time I was to go back to Lagos and then back to London. So she now went to, she was going to see my grandma in Eket. So she now sits on her way, she now called me. I said, auntie, that was fast. Have you reached Eket already? She said, no, that she now thought, how can I come and spend all that money? I will now go without the baby. I said, no, auntie, don't worry. It's fine. I'll come back. She said, but you told me that that orphanage that they were talking nonsense about Igbo people, that they said there was a baby. I said, no. I said, auntie, you misunderstood me, that the guy in social services called me to say that's a baby, but that she's malnourished, maybe poverty, the mother wasn't eating well. And I was like, uncle, no, I don't need that kind of stress. Don't worry. Wait till that lady in her back gets in touch with you, so I can have the twins, And I was like, okay. So she said, well, I want to go and see the guy in social services. I said, okay, auntie, it's up to you. But me, I'm checking out. She now, after like 2 hours, she called me. She said, I'm not going to go to Eket to see grandma. I'm coming back to Calabar. I said, why? She said, you're taking that baby.
Really?
I'm like, auntie, which baby? He said, that baby that you said they told you is malnourished. He said, that baby has our family features. Is it not food? I said, auntie, no, you followed. He said, she told the man to take that. How can I come and spend all that money and I'll go? That no, she told the guy in social services that he should go to the orphanage. And when she went, she saw the baby and it's like, it's only food. Once I feed this baby for you, you'll be fine. So I was like, oh, auntie, and my mind is now to go back to London. He said, you still go back to London. I'm coming back. She came back to Calabar early in the morning, carried driver. We drove to social services. We picked up the guy in social services. We went to the orphanage. When we got there, they brought the baby, they wrapped her. No, we sat down and did the modalities and everything, discussed everything, and signed the form. And then the priest said that there's the donation they normally give to the church. And I say, how much? He says from 200. I said, that's not donation now, because you're now naming
200,000. I
said, that's not donation now, because you're now naming the amount. But anyway, it's okay. That right now I'm going back, that my money have finished. Now let me go back. When I get to London, I'll send some money. He said, I said, okay. He said, okay. And they signed the forms. The guy from social gave me some, they filled some forms. I signed some, they exchanged whatever, following the Akwa Ibom law. And we did all that. So I saw the man send somebody outside. He said, I said, okay, we are going. He said, no, we have to drink, or even if it's Pami. So they poured Pami, we drank. Then the person came back. Then he now came. They're going to buy like blankets, a new blanket to wrap Esther. And he said, take your baby. I'm like, but I don't have the donation to give you. He said, no, take your baby. I know that there's no way you will not send us that donation. I was like, you don't know me. He said, don't worry, He said, I've been a priest for a long time. I'm old enough to know people just by looking at them. That's your baby. She was meant for you. I was like, okay. And I was...
So how did you feel?
Hey, we're coming to that now. So it was a bit weird, So I just took, and then I handed her to my aunties. And she mean, you insist that
you carry her.
You carry her for now. So we now got into the car. And we drove. I called my sister-in-law. I told my sister-in-law, this is what has happened, but I don't just want to leave without giving them anything. So my sister-in-law said, okay, don't worry. Calm down. Where are you? I said, I'm going to one supermarket there in Uyo to buy baby things, food and everything.
Because you weren't prepared now.
I wasn't prepared. So she said she'll meet me there. So she came there. She met me there. She just gave me 100,000. So I said, I can't drive back to that orphanage. I called the guy from social service. I said, please, sir, where are you? He said, I've gone. I said, we can come to your house. I want to give you something to give to the priest until and he was like, okay, no, I'll come back. I'll come and meet you guys where you are at the supermarket. He came. I gave him the money, and I bought soya milk and everything. I told my auntie, start her off with soya milk in case, And my auntie said, when you go back to London, I will not have money to be buying this kind of thing. He said, you have started. I said, auntie, don't worry, I'll be sending you money. Just start her off with that, because we don't know, she's looking malnourished. We don't know what she's allergic to or whatever until I come back and do a proper test on her.
I don't know.
I don't know. So my auntie said, okay.
So you left So hold on. Had you named her?
No,
Had you decided on a name?
no,
or
we
anything?
hadn't because
Okay.
of the how
Yes,
things happen.
yes.
So I now took her. We now went to Calabar. So when we got to Calabar, that's when I now called my husband and I did video call and I said, she's tiny. Hey, I feel weird. I'm looking at her. You know, she was 10 days old.
That's a baby.
Yeah,
Baby.
we are umbilical
belly
belly
button.
button just dropped, so we had to be cleaning it, looking after it. So I said, she's tiny. I'm trying to work out her face, what she look like. So my husband started laughing, and then I said, what should we call her? I'm thinking, you are Sam. We can call her Samantha. We started playing in it. He said, no, name her after my mother. I said, okay. So we call her, why don't we call her Esther Samantha? And he goes, okay, fine. You know, so that's how
the
name came about. And then...
So you had to come back to London?
Yes.
So how did you
before
feel?
I coming back to London, so my auntie said to me, I'm going to leave her with you. You have to sleep with her, hug her, hold her, you know. Then tomorrow in the morning, I'll come. We'll take you to the airport. Then I take her off you. So at night, how she was from day one is how she is till date.
Are you serious?
The whole night, she did not cry. I just fed her, no sound. Morning time come now. I cleaned her. We have to turn off the AC to clean her umbilical and give her a wipe. And she started screaming, wah, wah, wah.
You're like this quiet child.
I said to my cousin, is that how it is? Now I'll leave her here with my aunties till she can walk. We now laughed about it. I fed her for where she didn't agree. Anyway, by this time I started sweating because of the stress she was giving me with this cry. As we turned AC, Madam shut up, bam. My cousin, where's there? My cousin say, nobody speaking when we go carry for when light no day.
It's not doing soft life.
My cousin said, turn off the AC again. We just wanted to be shut. We turn off the AC. She screamed, Bree! My cousin said, this girl no say she dey go England.
Soft life.
He said, this pikin no say she dey go. Now wow. We now started laughing. You know,
So how old were you then?
I was 40.
Okay.
So when I called my husband, I told him all the drama. We now laughed and everything. Even now you uncle, the girl is spiritually designed
Ready
for London.
To bounce.
Yes.
So you left her, came to London.
Yeah.
And then how long after you came to London?
So that was like May. And then I came back to London, and then I was just, my auntie would be sending my auntie money, and she'd be updating us, and then my auntie really took care of her. She just started blossoming, and you know, and then my grandma passed away in I think October. So that was 5 months after that.
So this is what, 2010 or 2011?
2010. Okay. So my grandma passed away in October, so we all had to go. So we went. My great auntie brought her from Calabar to meet. No, I went to Calabar and came with her. Picked her, and my great auntie came later, and we just did grandma's funeral and everything. And so my mom, the whole family now decided that my great auntie was too old. So let my their last sister, take over. And we got a nanny, you know, to help. And then so that I could come back and prepare myself. So left her there. We left her there. We buried grandma in... October or November, around that time, and then I came back and went back in December, just a month. So all this delay, I'm trying to meet up with the state requirements.
Of course,
Yeah.
before you can.
So the state requirement is that she has to be in the family. But if I was there, they would just observe me for 3 months. But because I couldn't stay work and everything, but I left her with my auntie, so she's still in the family. So she's qualified under some things. But when I came back, I now had to stay with her continuously for 3 months before the state would give me an official adoption.
Listen, let me tell you, guys, Robyn, the things that I'm learning from this podcast thing that I'm doing, I am so impressed. I didn't even know that there was such, all the things you're saying to me, I'm thinking, so you just adopt. And you
that's
just
why I always wonder when I hear stories how people adopt, they can't bring the child. It's the simple truth to that is when you do not go through the right channel.
You're trying to skip.
You're trying to be smart. You're that typical Niger thing.
Trying to pay your way through things.
But anyway, the thing with me, I always say this to everybody. I'm not lucky at scheming. I've never been lucky at scheming. Anytime I try to scheme, you always backfire. So from a young age, I've accepted I have to do things the right way.
3 months with your baby.
Yes, so I had to go, a week to the 3 months. Yeah. And now the guy from social services calls me up. So imagine, it was tough. That was the height of, the early recession, 2010 to 2012.
And that's when
that's when we were going through this. My husband lost his job. I had to leave work. I had one contract I was doing with the Olympic Committee. That's another story. I jarred from this job
because you had
important thing to do. Yeah. And even when I left, they were still paying me. That time they were preparing for Olympics, so the books were in. They were still paying me. They didn't know I was basically a ghost worker. They didn't even realize they were paying. So anyway, I left for Nigeria. I was there. Now I had to stay to fulfill the requirements. A week to when I would have completed the 3 months, social services calls me, say, the courts have booked a date for you. They've taken into consideration that child have been with your family since May, since she was 10 days old. So we're now going to, it's just a week, so it's at the court's discretion. So, okay, I'm excited. I said, thank God, so I can get the ball rolling and be going home. Went in, they did the thing. So
you have to go to a court?
Yeah, you have to go, just how you would do here.
I
have the certificate. Yeah. So I went to court. They called my case up. There were other people there. Yeah. They called my case up and everything. They asked the usual question. The guy at social services has said to me not to say anything, that he would answer all the questions for me. Yeah. So we did everything and then they just stamped, gave me the certificate. I left. Boom. I went to carry my baby, went to Lagos. Sharp to go. No, I went to Abuja. I was staying with one of our friends' mother in Abuja to process at this time we were like, no money. But I don't know how things were happening, though. I can't explain to you. The universe was on our side. Obi, no job. Contract, don't finish. Things were so tough that he had to leave the house, put the house up for rent, and was staying with a friend. And another saga was there. The humiliation he told me he went through.
Having to,
we put our things, he put our things in storage. I had a blue VW Beetle, and I said to him, the car is just packed here.
Sell it.
Send me the money. Do what you need to do. So I didn't know that bless that woman. I said, in this lifetime, God should keep that woman alive and I would compensate that woman. I didn't know she was hearing my phone call with my husband.
Okay, the woman that you were staying...
my friend's mother. Yeah. So when I dropped the phone, she called me, say, is there any problem? And I said, mommy, we're not trying to raise money. Sam is not working. I've been here, and the little money he's been sending me, and they saying the clearance entry visa is 200K. She said, I will give you 200K, just do it. And then you people can sort me out anytime later. I call my husband back. I say, Eki's mom says she's going to give me the 200,000. So don't worry yourself. Yeah. When you sell the car, use the money to pay whatever you need to pay. Because by this time, first time in history, I've heard, do you know we owed mortgage for nearly a year? And they didn't repossess the house.
So how long did it take you to sort out the paperwork?
So I applied, everything I did myself, no lawyer. I applied. When I applied, they called me up and said to me 2 weeks later that, sorry, that they can't approve the visa because I did not follow the Akwa Ibom law fully. I said, follow the Akwa Ibom law fully, as in the courts do have discretions. So
the court gave me
it's just a week to the 3 months.
It's the 1 week.
It's a 1 week, Britico. It's a 1 week. I said, sorry. I said, okay, it's fine. I called my father-in-law. I said, Daddy, is there any lawyer in your family? He goes, yeah, my cousin is in yeah. I said, okay, Daddy, I'm coming down. When I got there, I said, Uncle, I know you're a lawyer. I'm not going to undermine you, but everything I'm going to ask you is what you're going to write. I just need it to be coming from a lawyer's office. He said, what? I said, Uncle, I've done my research. And I want to show this. I don't want you to come with Nigerian law, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going the international law route. Now is war. Because I don't, and felt, and certified me that I'm not even going to Akwa Ibom law again. I'd gone all night and read on the UN convention. And I picked on one part of it, separation of family. That's what I used to run with. I said, we're focusing on that. Leave Akwa Ibom law, leave court discretion. Focus on this. He now wrote everything. He sent to them. About maybe a week or two, he called me and said, Madam Lawyer, they don't approve your visa. He said, it was a smart move, because if I had used that Akwa Ibom court discretion, because they know Nigerian corruption, they would not, it wouldn't. I said, Uncle, I knew. That's why I didn't want us to follow that. So they gave visa. I was so excited. And I said to my auntie, I said, let me, no job. Sam, no job. We've rented a house. Let me go come and stay here with Pikin, so people can look after her. And then maybe go back in summer when it's warm. Auntie was saying, I was chill in Niger and everything. I did not know it's God that was making me chill. That's why whenever I see news here, I always wait for the news to mature before I really put my mouth, because that's what would have happened to me. Do you know? And I would come and I said, let me be going back. Now it was approaching the Olympics. So I said, let me go back so I can go back to work. And, we don't buy even money for tickets. My ticket is one of my husband's friends that bought our tickets to come back. That's how tough things were. Phone call from embassy. Where are you? I said, I'm just about to leave for the airport. The woman said, don't try it, that they will arrest you in Heathrow. I'm like, arrest me in Heathrow for what? She said somebody called social services to say that I went to steal a child in Nigeria.
Are you serious?
I thought it was a joke. I said, but you have all the paperwork. Do you want me to get the courts to write to you? Do you want
Who
to
was
go?
telling you this?
The embassy staff that called me and said, don't go anywhere.
Don't you dare.
We know that it's a lie. Yeah.
But they will first
But
of all arrest you.
they've told, we have your paperwork. We know it's a lie. Yeah. And I'm just calling you because I want to protect you. I'm glad I made this call before you left, because they would arrest you in Heathrow. And by the time they find out that it's all lies or is malicious, a lot of damage would have been done. So what you're going to do for me is stay back, leave your child back, go back to England with all your paperwork.
To confirm.
To confirm first. Yeah? I was like, oh my God. And I called my father-in-law. I said, Daddy, what's going on? And I said, wow. He said, okay, go back, send the nanny and the baby to me in Uyo. I will take care of them. So I arranged flights.
And you came back again?
Yeah. When I was leaving, Esther's face changed. Because by now she's one. Like she just went very cold seeing me going. I felt so bad. I had to leave her, put them in plane to go. The next day. I told my cousin I arranged plane. My father-in-law picked them. I left. I came back. When I arrived there, I sat down all night. If you see her, you think I was going for some Supreme Court judgment. I had researched volumes and volumes. I armed myself. As soon as I got, because I was angry. As soon as I got to the meeting with social services, I just carried all the
social services in the UK.
Yes.
Okay.
I just carried all the document, bang on the woman's face. I said, can you please, I'm going to give you time. I have all day for you to go through all this, the process I went through in Nigeria. Do you think I would go and steal a child and go my home?
Yeah.
My house, as we speak, was on rent. My husband is not working. I sold my car. I've put in a lot. Does that look like somebody's going to steal a child?
So was it social services here that
somebody called social services?
So
yeah, they called they called the embassy. So the woman just, her face, she went red. She said, I'm really sorry. There's no way we could have known that it's malicious, that we have to act. We have to establish first. You know, I'm really sorry. So she said, but the good thing is you could have still brought that baby here and that report could have still been made and to be court case, foster care, So look at it the positive side, because now we're going to solidify your case. So you're not going to get only a Kwaibom stamp. You're going to get Barnett's approval as well. So the lady now, she arranged the course I told you. She said to me, I have to confess, I don't know anything about international law adoption, international adoption. You seem to know the law more than me. So I'm going to send you to go and do the course. So we went to do the course in Barnet.
So you and your husband?
Yeah, we had 3-day course. And then those people gave us a certification. They got a family. No, I think I researched the family. I didn't just want to go and do course Barnet though. No. And I went and I called a friend and he directed me to a family lawyer in Camden. And then I spoke to the lady. I told her what happened. She said that social services are meant to pay for everything, because they're the one. So, and I went to see her. She drafted a letter. She said, I don't need to come and see her again. I just went. She was now dealing with social services. When they finished whatever they finished. So I now had a letter from social services. I now had a letter from my solicitor. And I also now had a letter from Home Office here and a letter from the Intercountry Adoption Agency. So
ready.
I was now fully, as soon as I went back, I applied. They called me for interview. I didn't go to Abuja again. I just stayed in Lagos. They called me for interview. And I went and did the interview. I said, why are you calling me for interview? She said, the reason why they're doing that, everybody have to cover. Now, they gave me the first visa. They did not even see me. They gave me based on my paperwork because my paperwork was correct, complete. But they just needed to see me, to see the face, put a face to the person. So, and I did the interview, and the woman said that she's really sorry what I've had to go through, but I should look at it like now everything is lock, stock, and barrel. There will be won't be story. Well, after all that long talk, meeting said they go give me this because they had to revoke the first one.
Wow.
I had to cover another 200,000
to make another
entry clearance.
So they now granted it and you now carried it.
They now granted it. But I didn't tell you there's something missing. That first time when I had that call, when we were about to come, my system shut down for 10 days. I was eating. My stomach wasn't bulging, nothing, and my body looked the same, but I wasn't going to toilet. What shock does to the body.
Your body
My body shut. I was eating, but I wouldn't go. The only thing I was doing was wee. After like the 7th day or so, my cousin said, we have to take you to hospital. I turned around, I said to my cousin, I see the way things are going for me, my luck is not shining. I don't want to go and die in Nigeria hospital. That anytime this shit wants to come out, it will come. But I'm not going anywhere. So by the 10th or 11th day, she had gone to work on her way back because my daughter loves peanuts, different nuts. So my cousin used to buy nuts on her way back. There's one Lebanese place. She likes the nuts from that. But this speaking, she loved nuts from that Lebanese place. So it's near my cousin's work. So she would buy the nuts. So when she came out, she said, as she was coming, is that nuts that reminded her that there was one time, because she works with the bank, that there was some fraudulent thing going on. EFCC took her in. Her body shut down. And somebody told her about this, that she doesn't know why come she didn't remember. That thing cost then about 200 naira. Gestid. So she brought it. I took it. By the time I woke up, the toilet was the toilet was full to the brim. My whole system emptied. I said, how come you didn't remember this?
So you got your... So you eventually sorted out you people's...
Yes.
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 Okay. So what year are we looking at now?
So it wasn't until 2012. Yeah.
You now landed.
I now landed.
So that
eventually.
was the first time your husband saw...
No. He came for our first birthday.
Okay.
He came for our first birthday. That's when he saw her. The first time he saw her. And then, so I was teaching him how to change nappy and everything.
How to do daddy things.
Yeah, do daddy things.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is that she used to call him Dada.
Okay.
She knew Daddy, but she never met Daddy because we used to do video calls. So the first time she saw Dada in flesh was when he came for her first birthday.
Then you guys now came back 2012.
Yeah, after our second birthday. We still did our second birthday in Nigeria. Yeah. So it wasn't until but remember in between I had to come back to fight this case. So then went back again and then got the visa the second time again. And I said, well, let me be coming. So that's how we came back. We came back just before the Olympics.
Okay. In 2012.
In 2012.
So I have a few questions for you. So you're now in the UK.
Yeah.
You're now settled, do nursery, school, whatever. At what point did you... And I'm asking you this question because I already know that Esther knows that she's adopted. Right?
Yes.
So that's why I was going to say, does she know? But I know that she knows because we had the conversation.
Yes.
At what point did you think, you know what, let me start telling her that she's adopted, and why?
I wouldn't say, I've always, again, I still go, I think it's background. Because growing up, the first orphanage in Akwa Ibom, my grandmother and the late Cardinal Ekanem are the ones during the Biafran War.
Okay.
That's when they set it up. So, and then growing up, we used to, even though we used to grumble a lot, so my grandmother had this thing where she used to bring orphans during the long summer holiday, and then they'll come and stay with us. We will be looking after them, and we used to go, but Niger way. But they are the orphans now. How come we are the ones looking after them? So I grew up with orphans. That's one thing. And then secondly as well, it's not me. I couldn't I couldn't pass myself off as biological mother. I just couldn't do it. It's not me.
Because it's something I know a lot of people would struggle with, or tell me that they struggle with.
I can't.
It's very divided.
Very deceptive.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I think there's one school of thought that thinks that way. That's very deceptive.
Yeah, I think
and there's
so.
another school of thought that thinks, you know what, why even tell that child that I'm not their biological mother, because it could cause resentment and all sorts of pushbacks.
That only happens if, for me, I feel that only happens if you leave it too late. But if the child knows early enough, and this is one, I would say that person reporting me thought they were doing me bad and my husband bad. But the good thing that came out of that was that course that we had to do. Because that course kind of like affirmed what I believed in. Already. And it taught us how to break it down to the child. So I used to say to Esther, before she could even use, so the first word was my other mommy. Because I used to say, I'm not your tummy mommy. That's what they taught us. They gave us little tips. So that
course encourages parents,
yes,
adoptive parents, to tell
the children early enough. But let even be the first word they say.
Remember, we were having this conversation before we started recording.
Yeah,
I was saying to you that I don't know, because I haven't done my own research. But apparently it's now mandatory for adoptive parents to tell the children, because I think before it was maybe optional.
Yes.
Now my understanding, and I may be wrong, I don't want to be quoted.
I would look into that, and if it is, I'm very, very happy.
And it would make sense.
It would make sense for me. Yes.
What you're saying.
Yeah, because I then again, I don't know. I sometimes struggle to kind of expect other people to imbibe my kind of ethics, but ethically, I think it's wrong. There's nothing wrong with adopting. Even like right from biblical time, Moses was a big name in the Bible and he was adopted. So it's not alien to human beings.
So why do you think that it's not alien to human beings? Why do you think that our people, because I've told you how I struggle to find anybody to agree to do this. Why do you think that our people just don't want to talk about being adoptive parents?
It's the same thing that when people have things that are naturally wrong with them, like they're sick, they hide it.
Yeah, true.
Because we're from a society that makes mockery of things that are human things, things we don't have control over. So there's a name I called it some time ago, I've forgotten, I call it naivety something, So we have that thing where the things that, sorry, I bring politics in here a bit. The things that we should be embarrassed about, like our messed up politicians, we're not.
But then
because those ones we have control over.
That we should
be able to, you know. But then things that are biological, nature-wise, and we don't have control over.
And so why is
it a taboo?
Yeah. Because I was shocked, Robyn. I'm going to
tell you.
I was shocked.
So I'm from day one. The first time that story you saw me wrote recently was just a small
snippet.
But the very first time I came back with my child, I was like, when stories people told me how they adopted and all the stigma, and I know people that in the family that we know they've adopted, but to them they think they're lying to us. They say, you know.
So were there people that kind of said to you, Robyn, why are you even?
Yeah. I've had people say that to me. Oh, why are you telling people? I'm like, but she's actually adopted. You know,
and it's her own story.
And I'm proud of it. Why are you trying to make me ashamed of what I did with my heart? I love what I'm doing. Even if I don't do anything else in this world, that's something I've done by bits. I've contributed to human progress. Come on. So you can't come and tell me not to say that. No.
And there was something else that, we talked about. You said you were going to come to it. I was saying to you about orphanages, and I was saying to you, does that mean that all the children in these orphanages are orphans?
Okay. So, but orphan, maybe they should change the name, the term.
I agree with you.
Because orphans means you've had a child and you've died. The child have no parents, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe you're right, it should change.
Yes, because if you run with that narrative, that means the child does not have parents.
Yes.
And the child may have parents.
Yes, the child. I always say, because before I had to ask, I asked the priest that was running the orphanage, let's stick to the term that they know.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah. And I did ask him, I said, do you know anything about, because I would at some point, if my daughter grows up and one day say to me, can we find my tummy mommy? I would like to find a tummy mommy and let her meet a tummy mommy. To see what became of her, because to me, I feel it's such a hard decision for somebody to do that, to give a child up, and the way my daughter was malnourished, it could show that it was poverty.
Do you watch Long Lost Family?
No.
Have you heard of? There's a program called Long Lost Family, and that's what it's about.
Okay.
That is what it's been going. Davina McCall presents it. It's really good, but it's about people that have been adopted going to find their parents.
So I did say to the priest, and he looked at me, wondering why would you? Because like you say, back home is a taboo. People us.
Yeah.
So
why would you want to dig up that?
So he said, why? But I think, I don't know, but I just had the feeling that maybe he lied to me when I asked that thing. He said to me, oh no, we just had a child crying in, I told you this, when I moved the thing to my house, created a space in my house for the kids, they started dumping the kids behind my house. So we just had a child crying behind the house, and that's when we found your daughter. I'm like, But it could be that he was telling me the truth, or it was like he was taken aback, like, why is she asking? And and because it's not normal, if you see what I mean. So, but I don't know, but I still intend to, I wouldn't do it behind the back, but if she asked me,
you would support
I would support
That's
her.
Amazing.
Yeah, I would support her.
And
because it's just, I just feel that God just gave us an opportunity to do something, and it's not my right. I'm sorry.
To totally
wipe out. No. Our history. No, I've played my part, done something for humanity, but that's where it starts. That's where it ends. Fundamentally, it's a right if she wants to find her biology, and we can help her find. Yes, if she wants.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You are superhuman.
So
what would you say to anybody?
So
I want to round up. So
yes.
What would you say to your adoption journey? How would you sum up your adoption journey? If you had one word for it, or 2 words, let me give you
two. Let's say 2.
2 or 3 words. I'll be generous.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
1, it's not an easy journey. 2, you have to be really committed because it's very challenging. And 3, the most important thing, you have to accept it, be proud of it, and do not see it as a taboo. Do not see it as something to be ashamed of. It's actually the opposite. It's something to be proud of.
And you know what, Robyn?
Yes.
It's amazing what you said.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. You have to be committed to the process.
Yes.
Because like what you were saying, so many people say we try to adopt, it don't work.
And they give up.
You're trying to rush.
Yes.
Quick. You don't want to do the work. You just want to go.
It took me 2 years.
Yeah, you just want to go carry a baby and come out.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, this thing about if you're ashamed of it, then it in turn transfers to your child. Because then it's like you're ashamed of her being.
Yeah.
Because she had no control over being left.
Thank you.
So what is the shame in that? My daughter even says it. My daughter says that she would like to adopt.
Oh,
yeah. She says, Mom, I'd like to have my own children by God's grace, and I would like to adopt. I think it's such a selfless thing to do. Yeah. And I think that if your heart is in a good place, because there's different reasons. Some people just want to adopt, let me just fill up a space. That's me.
No.
Some people have that and also feel like, let me help another child. Yeah. And for me, I like the fact that you're saying that you will support your daughter if she decides to ever try and find her family, her biological family.
Yes.
It's been a journey for you.
It is still a journey.
I see your Facebook post, and her and her dad. They're like 2 peas in a pod. I'm like, it's amazing.
Yeah. You saying that somebody posted something the other day and said that how come women feel so entitled to children? And I'm like, no, I think that's a generalization. Because in my case,
you don't.
I don't. I want him to bond with, with his child, to have a relationship. It's our child, not my child.
Yeah.
And even if she was biological and I carried her for 9 months, I didn't manufacture the egg.
Yeah. You're right. That person is right. A lot of women.
I
think that generalization, I don't like generalization. That one is one that I think I agree with. Women tend to say, because even as a family lawyer, I hear it a lot. It's my child. My child. And I'm like, no. It's not your child.
You didn't manufacture the egg.
It's our child.
Yeah.
Any last words for anybody thinking about adopting before we round up?
Do you have your number or contacts or email or whatever on your thing?
I have my Instagram and what would you want to say?
I want to say that anybody who's thinking about it can reach out to you.
Okay,
and then connect. I can connect and then help guide them, because
you've lived it.
I've lived it. I'm writing a book on it. It's taken me a long time, but a bit slow in the book, because I said that I want Esther to get to a certain age before I publish
Esther's
it.
How old now?
She's 15.
Okay.
So my target is maybe by a 16th birthday or 18th, maximum 18th.
Do you have a name?
I would.
Think. Yeah.
You know,
not me. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Do you think you have a name? You don't have to tell me.
No, I have some names, but one of them, that's why you see when we were talking, I said, the Osh Osh. So that came into my mind, the Osh Osh, the Osh Osh, the taboo and secrecy around adoption.
Osh Osh, taboo, secrecy around adoption.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I'm still exploring.
Names,
I'm
still
exploring.
so many names. But that's a good one.
Yes.
And so that book will really share the journey from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Guys, so if you're listening,
Yes.
Nazar Circles is at Nazar Circles on Instagram or Facebook. If you know me directly, yes, reach out to me directly and I can connect you to Robyn. There's no point trying to reinvent the wheel. You have somebody who's lived through it and gone through the process. If you're trying to adopt from Nigeria and even adoption in general.
Yeah, it's not only Nigeria because, again, I go back to the inter-country adoption course that I did. It will help a lot of people if they... Because the inter-country thing is not, you can go to Namibia, you can even... I met people that were adopting from East Europe.
Okay.
You know,
so the whole
that's why it's called inter-country.
Okay,
so you can adopt from anywhere. It doesn't have to be Nigeria, but it's affiliation, it's roots that's connected me, that inspired. Yeah.
So anybody who's thinking about adopting, who has questions, whether from Nigeria, whether from wherever, just the adoption adoption, maybe even emotional struggles or questions or issues. And also it's not even just the women, men too. The husband, because your husband has also lived it.
Saying that about I'm talking about it and it's sounding all easy and thing, but I would say that I was just lucky to have my father-in-law is late now, to have a very, very supportive father-in-law. So I think that kicked is in fact is the really ginger opened up yes, and he loved Esther, and you know he's one of those people that when I say adopt, he say don't say that. You don't want to hear that. So it sounds easy talking about it. But the reality is that without the sort of support network, it would be 3 times. It would have been 3 times tougher for me. So, but there are ways to go around the men when you have somebody that's gone through it, and so there are ways to that challenge.
That challenge is another. But that's where people will benefit from, like talking to you, because you've been through it.
Yes,
really. You've been lucky. Yes, your father-in-law, God bless his soul, was supportive. But you've been through the journey of your husband like shutting down, not even you having to kickstart it with your father-in-law's support. So, guys, if you have any questions, you want to just have a quick chat, you can, see, Robyn, this is our podcast in nearly 2 hours.
Really? Is this one of your longest?
This is my longest. Actually.
Wow.
So, guys, Robyn is ever so willing and helpful and open and honest.
Yes.
Because it's important to be honest.
Yeah.
And you've been raw about this whole journey. Guys, reach out to me and I'll link you with Robyn. And Robyn, I just want to say thank you so much. You've been amazing. We've been trying to do this podcast for a long time.
For months now.
It just didn't connect, but we've done it today. Thank you so much. And I think you're amazing.
Thank
and
you
Esther,
for having me.
Big up Esther. I see her.
Amazing child.
Amazing young lady. And to your husband.
No problem. Never been sick.
Never.
Nothing.
Amazing.
No drama.
No drama. And
enjoys our company.
And there will not be drama.
Amen.
And
Amen.
Your husband, we can't not recognize your husband and the important part.
He's a good father
in this journey.
Guys,
so thank you for listening. I hope you guys listen to this podcast from start to finish. We've been rambling away.
I know.
So we've dealt.
I think I did most of the rambling.
No, we both did. It's your story.
Anyway,
I think that the only way to demystify and break down these taboo issues is to talk about them. Because when you talk about them, then it's no longer a mystery. It's not a taboo. It's happening in people's lives. So I would like to, with my podcast, normalize having conversations about these sorts of topics that we like to close and not talk about. That's my aim. And I hope one podcast at a time that I'll reach that I will succeed in what I'm trying to do. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Wherever you are, I'm sending you love, peace, Stay safe and catch you soon. Bye.